Hello, everybody. Rod Baker, God in Rod. And I'm coming to you today from my cello practice location. And as you can see, I have the love of my life here. Her name is Miracle. And yes, it is true that I love the cello. One in particular right now, Miracle, my girl. And I'm very loyal. I don't mess with any other cellos. I do listen to other cellos, but I'm a one cello man. And so I just wanted to tell a little bit about me with me being here at my cello practice location. I want to talk about something else. The reason I'm doing this video today from this location is because I'm going to turn this location into a studio. And this will be the studio here in Oklahoma City. If you are not familiar with me, I am from Oklahoma. Yukon is where I was raised, and my dad lives in Stroud, Oklahoma, and I have a piece of property out there, and then I also have a piece of property in another location in Oklahoma, down in southeast Oklahoma, and I camp out a lot. I sleep outside a whole lot, and but winter's coming, and so usually when I don't sleep outside, I will reserve a room at the Hilton. So those of you at the Hilton, I wish, at corporate office, I don't care to talk to Paris at all. But the rest of you Hiltons, I want you to understand, I stay there through the winter. And, I'll be filming from there also. I'll be doing videos from there. So we need to talk about a little discount. I'm on Hilton Honors, so let's talk about a little discount. Just to be right and to be fair, because I will be there. But what I'd like to talk to you about in this video, in this meeting of one another, or really, you watching me talk, which doesn't get better than that. What I want to talk about is I want to talk about righteous rising, righteousness rising. To tell you a little bit about me, I'm 24 years clean and sober. I'm very knowledgeable, very experienced, and somewhat wise in several things. I know it may be a little impressive that I play the cello, but let's just say I'm trying to get better every day at the cello. And just like being clean and sober, that is contingent on my spiritual maintenance. And the thing that I always want to talk about is my relationship with God, which is why it's called God in Rod. The letter N in between there. So, again, let's talk about righteous rising. All right? Because I'm very passionate about the Creator. I'm very passionate about my higher power. I'm very passionate about the intelligence of the universe. And I have said it many times, and I'll say it again today, just in case you've never heard me say it. I'll say it today that you may believe that there's something else bigger than you out there. If you don't, then, the only reason you're going to watch me is because I'm ruggedly handsome or because you like the sound of my voice. Those are the only other two reasons that I can think of that you're going to watch me. My point is that the majority of us believe in a higher power. God, the universe, spirit, and whatever else you may come up with. That makes us that we believe that there is something greater than ourselves out there joins us in such a spiritual way. As children to a parent. Okay, so I want you to understand that. I want you to understand the way that I see that. That with us believing that there is a power greater out there than ourselves, then we are family in that belief. Now, to me, the difference is not doctrines. The difference is not religions. The difference is not even practices. The difference is do you believe that higher power, that God? Do you believe the principles of the universe? See, it's kind of hard not to believe in gravity, right? Just, try to step out. Try to step off of a 12-inch step and try not to hit the ground. And at some point in time, everything that goes up is going to come down. The only thing that will not is gas, right? Oxygen, all that, right? Which, if you think about it, water has 3 different properties. Okay? It is ice, solid. Water's water, which is liquid. And then you got gas, right? To me, God's the same way. God's solid. He's also liquid. Which liquid, man, can wash away anything. But then ever-present, omnipresent, is the air, the gas. So those of us that all believe that there is something greater than ourselves, we are family. If you don't, then you're not. Okay? And somebody's calling me from New York City, and I have no desire to talk to anybody from New York City at this moment in time. Maybe later. So the thing that I'm getting to is our differences are, those of us that believe a higher power exists, our differences is only who believes that higher power and who doesn't. See, it's amazing how one little word can change so much, and that little word being in, I-N, can change so much. When you believe God, then basically you're believing your parent. See, many of us, well, all of us, have parents. So we believe in having a parent, right? Even if they gave us up for adoption, even if they abandoned us, left us, they're still our parent. We still came from somebody, physically. But imagine believing that parent. One of the 10 commandments is to obey your mother and your father so that things will be well with you. What if the obedience of them is believing them? When they tell you the stove is hot, you believe them. When they tell you that if you don't look both ways before crossing the street, you'll be hit by a car. What if believing them was the obedience? What if it was that simple? And instead of us getting it in our mind that we must rebel against those that came before us, instead of us getting that idea in our head, what if we just believed them? And then verified. My dad told me some pretty wild things. He told me if I drank coffee, I'd turn black. And, if I played with myself, I'd look like the town drunk, And so my dad told me a lot of things, and I believed him, but then I had to verify. That may have been a little bit too much personal information, but I don't mind. I don't mind sharing with you who I am, because if you believe that there is a God, if you believe that there is a higher power, if you believe that there is a spirit out there, then you're family to me. You're family. I don't have to like you, but you're still family, which allows me to love you. Righteous rising is when you come from that place of believing in something to believing something. Believing in it to believing it. And so that's what I wanted to share with you today. And so I'm gonna practice the downloading of this onto E360 and get Josh Bergman, also JTB, to me. So when I mention JTB in my videos, I want you to understand who it is. He is the producer of basically Manna from Heaven. JTB is the producer of Manna from Heaven. And of course, his oneness, Mrs. B, Jessica Lynn. So they are more than family to me. They're more than family. I don't think they have the understanding yet of how much they mean to me, but at some point they will. Time seems to do that. You know, time will show you who means something to you and who doesn't. Time's good at that. And I utilize my time well. So anyway, if this is our first time, then it's a pleasure to meet you. At some point in time, I'll play the cello for you if you're interested. It's not that I lack confidence in it. It's that I'd rather talk. I'd rather talk. So thank you. Thank you for taking this 10, 12 minutes to listen to me. And I look forward to our time together in the future. On my Facebook videos, I say a prayer at the end of it. I would like to say a prayer now. Except instead of it being the prayer, the Lord's Prayer, the prayer that Jesus left us, I'd like to say the Serenity Prayer. It did a lot for me at a time I needed it the most. So I would like to share that with you. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I can't change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen. Thank you. I am grateful.